The hair. She is giving volume, and I don't know how to feel about it. Should I get a haircut? I'm leaning towards no. I kind of want to grow it out. Not gonna lie. But hey, everybody. My name is Michael. You may not know who I am because I don't exist. I'm not real. I am a figment of your imagination, and I am your imaginary best friend. Hi. Today, we are going to be talking about the 2024 rendition of Mean Girls. Now, listen. Mean Girls was my childhood. It was your childhood. If you're here, it's probably because of nostalgia and most likely because I clickbaited you with my really shitty thumbnail. And it's okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of questions going in, and honestly, I wasn't too bummed out by the end result. I actually found myself having a lot of fun during this movie. And I'm going to talk about why, and I'm also going to talk about some of my criticisms of the movie because I do have some. I don't have many feelings about this movie, to be honest. Like a lot of remakes, it's exactly what you'd expect it to be. Like, it's kind of literally just a copy and paste of the original script, just with new people. But, anyways, let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to talk about in this video is literally the first thing you're introduced to, which is the music. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting this movie to be a musical. I was actually quite pleasantly surprised, because if I'm not mistaken, the original Mean Girls was a musical. So to get these songs and this kind of theatrical rendition of Mean Girls was actually a kind of refreshing twist, because I feel like nowadays there aren't a lot of really good musicals around. Sorry. Oh, we love indigestion, but whatever. But yeah, I feel like there's just not a lot of good musicals around these days, so I'm just over here having a good time, and I loved almost all of the songs in this movie. That has never happened. Wish could never. Go check out my video on Wish. Shameless promo. Trying to build that channel, y'all. But yeah, I found myself enjoying almost all the songs in this movie. My favorite song, I would play a clip for you, but I'm scared of the copyright gods, aka whoever the current CEO of YouTube is. I want to say her name is Susan Wojcicki, but I also feel like, didn't she like step down last year? I don't know. But basically, my favorite song was called Sexy. You can never guess what it's about. Sexy Halloween costumes, I know. I feel like I'm so generic, but honestly, I loved the songs. I loved the lyrics. I loved the beat. I loved the girl who was singing it, and I just found myself having so much fun with it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this one song in this one video. So I'm just going, like, you know what? Let's do it. Like, for me, this song, like, honestly, it kind of slapped. I honestly found myself, like, actually getting up and, like, dancing to it. I would dance for you, but, I'm fat and my rolls jiggle. Yeah, so we're not gonna do that. Anyway. Anyway, let's go on to my next point, because that's all I have to say about the music. I liked it. It was fun. Like, there weren't an whelming amount of songs in this movie, which I did find refreshing. There was a lot of good dialogue, and there was a lot of good songs that helped to move the plot forward, which I really appreciated. Now, let's talk about something else. Turn back on. Yes. Do I have a white screen on my computer? Yes, I do. Will I show it to you? No, I won't, because if I move my camera, I don't think I'll be able to get it back in this position. Anyway, let's talk about something that I am very passionate about. Why do we keep normalizing 25 and 30-year-olds playing teenagers? I have no idea how old anybody in this movie is supposed to be. Let's be very generous with the ages and assume they're all supposed to be 18. None of them look 18. Not a single one. Renee Rapp, who plays Regina George in this movie, her especially, God, every scene she was in, she's actually not a bad actress, which I was surprised about, because I know she's a singer, if I'm not mistaken, but she's not a bad actress. But every scene she was in, she was doing one of two things. One, she was either bullying a bunch of girls who look way younger than her, which is odd because I don't understand. She towers over everyone in this movie. I think she's just tall, which is fine. Like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I would be short next to her, but whatever. Like, she just towers over everyone in this movie. And not gonna lie, whenever she, like, there was this part where they were at like a Halloween party or something, and she was wearing like a slutty angel costume, and she was like hitting on her ex-boyfriend who was like a teenage boy. I can't get this scene out of my head. It's like seared in there. So if I have to relive this, so do you. It made me feel physically uncomfortable because of how much like the age difference looks between my eyes. Because honestly, he looks really young, which is crazy to me because I think he's actually 2 years older than her in real life. So that's interesting, but that's thoughts for another time. Either way, like, she is so clearly an adult, and so everybody in this fucking movie is obviously an adult. Like, literally everyone in this movie is comically too old to be playing their parts, which, like, I literally thought to myself, everyone in this movie looks like they're 25, around 25 or older. And guess what? They all are. Literally, there's not a single person who was a teenager more than, I believe, 5 years ago. That is insane to me. Like, you're telling me you couldn't get a teenage actor, actress to be in this movie? Like, for a lot of TV shows, I let it slide because a lot of, like, teen TV shows, they're, like, for some reason, they like to emphasize the horny part of, like, your teenage years and, like, make it completely sexual. And obviously you can't do that with like actual children, so I understand it from a legal standpoint, but there was none of that in this movie. Like, there was barely any kissing, so I don't think that would have been a problem here. I would have rather them just, like, you know, had some actual teenagers. Hell, a 20-year-old, I would have killed for a 20-year-old in this movie, because my god, everyone in this movie looks comically too old to be here. Alright, so we're gonna move on to my next point. We're gonna talk about something that I don't know if anybody else noticed this. You take any actress or actor in this movie, my god, why do they all look like celebrity lookalikes? Am I crazy? Is that just me? Like, there was, like, the girl who plays Katie, I have no idea what her name is. Actually, you know what? I'll look real quick. I should really know this. Why didn't I look this up before? You know what? We're not gonna question it because it's Mean Girls. Like, why would we question that? Okay. Angry Rice? Angie? Angori? Ngwari? Who? I have no idea how to say her name, and it's not telling me how to pronounce it. Oh, here.
Pronounce the name of this Australian actress. We'll be looking at how to say more confusing celebrity names too. Stay tuned to learn more. Angry Rice.
Wait. Okay, so obviously you guys just heard it. Her name is Angry Rice. Wait, what? Wait. Okay, why did I not look that up before? Her name is Angry Rice. Her name. It's alpha behavior, I'm not gonna lie. My god, Angry Rice. Okay, so Angry Rice. Oh my god, I'm so sorry to this actress. It's not that funny. Sorry, it's late. It's like 1 a.m. Whatever. So Angry Rice, to me, the moment I saw her face, I was like, is that Amy Adams? Like, y'all know who Amy Adams is? Like, to me, her face just, I was like, is that Amy Adams' daughter? It's gotta be. They're not related. They look exactly the same to me. I don't know why. Like, she was missing everything except for the red hair. And if she had the red hair, she would have been Amy Adams. And here's another small one. And you may or may not know who this is. But the one who played Janice in this movie, Janice Ian, I don't know the actress. See, I don't know anything about the actresses or actors in this movie. Because I don't know any of them. Literally not a single one. I couldn't tell you any of their names. Her name is... The fact that I can't find her name in here is really kind of sad. Alei Cravalho. I feel like I know actually who she is. I feel like I've seen her before. Wait, what? Oh my god! I recognize her name. I knew it. She sang How Far I'll Go and like a bunch of other songs in Moana. I think she played Moana actually. I think she was the voice actress. But whatever. Her, my god. If you guys, her hairstyle, I don't think it was the rest of her face. I'm pretty sure it was just her hairstyle. It was giving, if y'all watch Nana Joe on TikTok, it was giving Nana Joe, and I'm kind of here for it. Also, quick sidebar, Janice Ian was by far one of my favorite characters in the entire movie. The only other character who even came close was... Fuck these names, man. Like, what the hell? Like, God forbid we have an easy name. I'm not even going to say her name in real life because I don't need to butcher it because that's not going to be fun for me or anybody else. God, why can't... What is my phone doing? Why is this not letting me click on this? All I remember is that she was one of the plastics. That's all I remember. Karen. Of course, her name is Karen. Whatever. But yeah, Karen was my second favorite character in this entire movie, and she was battling for first with Janice the entire time. My god, she was amazing. She was slaying. She was giving the entire movie life, and I was here for it. And those are my two favorite characters. My least favorite characters were, ironically, my least favorite character was Regina George. It is nothing against the character or even the actress. I just can't get over how old she looks compared to everybody else. It's like she had the makeup on that a 25-year-old woman would have on. Is the only way I can possibly put it, because I don't even think Renee Rapp looks that old in real life. It was just in this movie, and I'm like, why do you look so old? I've seen what you look like in real life. Not in real life, but online, but still, like, you do not look that old, so why the hell do you look so old in this fucking movie? Like, girl. And then we have my least favorite character, Katie. What a shocker. She's the worst character. Like, Katie Heron is honestly, like, almost on par with Elena Gilbert from The Vampire Diaries. Side note, if you want me to do a video on The Vampire Diaries, let me know, because, I love that show. And I love to talk shit about it. So, if you want me to do a video on that, let me know. But yeah, so the next topic we're going to cover is the advertising portion of this video. God. That was false advertising. I don't know how many of you actually saw these, like, actual, like, trailers for this movie, but I saw one trailer. And all I saw were the original cast. Mind you, the only members of the original cast that I saw in this movie was Lindsay Lohan, who was in there for about 0.3 seconds. I saw the teacher, Miss Norberry, and the iconic principal, and apparently they're married now in the movie. Okay, I'll do it. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I was just like, why was this so heavily marketed as a remake with the original cast when basically only 3 members of the original cast were even in this movie? To me, it made virtually no sense, which was... Maybe it was my fault for not watching the rest of the trailers, but I just found that to be really false advertising. I did not like it whatsoever. Kind of pissed me off. Something else that made literally no sense to me. Why were there so many TikTokers in this movie? Maybe Renee Rapp, like, I don't know if she's a TikToker. I know she makes music, but maybe she's a TikToker too. I don't know. But there were so many TikTokers in this movie, and the only reason I recognize them is because I used to watch some of them on YouTube. Like, I saw that guy who's always, like, hanging around Meghan Trainor, whose name I can't remember. I think his name is, like, Chris something. Chris Olsen. I think that's his name. If it's not, let me know in the comments below. But, yeah, we saw Chris Olsen. I saw Pearson. I love Pearson, by the way. I'm a Pearson stan. We love her. We stand her. She's amazing. I also saw oh my god, I saw a bunch in this movie. I should have written them down. You know who else was in this movie? Why was Megan the Stallion in this movie? What are you doing here? Girl, you are a Grammy award winning fucking Grammy? Oscars? I don't know anything about awards either. I'm an uneducated bitch. That's a lie. I just don't know anything about pop culture. I believe it's Grammys for music. So, like, why is Megan the Stallion in this movie? She is a Grammy award winning singer and rapper. Girl, what are you doing in this godforsaken movie? I literally had to look it up to make sure that was Megan the Stallion, because I was like, that looks and sounds exactly like Megan the Stallion. So literally I paused the movie and I was like, is Megan the Stallion in this fucking movie? And apparently she is. And I'm like, she makes 2 appearances, not just 1 but 2 appearances. And I was like, girl, what are you doing here? Don't you have better things to do than be in a rendition of Mean Girls? Like, I can't, like, what kind of nonsensical world do we live in where Megan the Stallion is a B plot in a fucking Mean Girls movie? Like, what? I love Megan the Stallion. I have no idea what the hell she was doing in this movie, but honestly, get that bag. I hope she was paid for that. My god, every time she was on screen, like the second time she was on screen was right after Regina George got like run over by the school and she was like, how do I get this shit off my feed? Oh god, girl, we've all been wondering that since 2020. My god, like, I don't know about y'all, but my algorithm, it makes no fucking sense. I don't even go on TikTok, and I still don't understand it. Like, whatever. I watch YouTube Shorts. It's probably worse than TikTok, but whatever. I don't care. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is something that's very personal to me. Why do we keep getting remakes? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm kind of over it. Because what happened to just making an original story? I don't understand. How is making an original story this difficult? Because for me, I love writing. I write scripts. Like, I will write a script for a video. Do I follow it? No. Because can I remember it? No. Am I an actor? No. Is it something I'm working on? Yes. Because doing long videos on a whole entire series takes time, and I wrote out an entire script for the Avatar The Last Airbender remake, and I haven't even started filming that video yet. So if you guys want to see that, let me know, because I'm excited to make it. But yeah, so what happened to originality? Apparently originality is just dead because people just keep on rebooting and remaking all these shows and all these TV shows and movies that just nobody asked for. And I'm like, who asked you to make this? For Christ's sake, for everything that is holy in this world, why do you keep making remakes? It's pissing me off. Sorry, I think you guys can probably, like, hear my spit. This microphone is very good, but I digress. Like, for me, I'm just like, why? Why do we need all of these remakes? Like, I liked this movie. I found it to be quite fun, but I just also found it incredibly unnecessary. Like, what was the point? We don't need this movie. There are so many potentially good movies out there that are just being thrown away so we can get more of this trash. Like, I just don't understand why it is that people don't want to just make something original. Like, to me, I'm just like, I would rather watch something original than watch a remake. And yet I'm making this video on a remake, but still, I'm tired of these remakes. Like, I would rather just watch the original Mean Girls than get another remake. Like, I've been putting off watching Wonka because I literally, first of all, I don't like Timothée Chalamet as an actor. I've seen him act in one thing. I don't even know what it was, but I don't like him as an actor. Maybe he's a good person, but I just don't like him as an actor. Maybe I'm wrong. I also don't think he's Willy Wonka material, but that is just me. But to me, I'm just like, why do we keep getting all of these, ridiculous remakes when so clearly none of us want them? Like, I still haven't watched The Little Mermaid, the remake of it. I've watched the original more times than I can count, and yet here we are. I don't even want to watch the remake, but I might do it, and if I do, I might make a video on it just so I can say that I did it for a reason. Same thing like I did with this movie. But honestly, I'm just like, whatever happened to just being original? Like, to me, I would rather just see, like, some real originality, some real creativity just come through in the writing, the editing, the production, like the filmography. These are things that I'm passionate about, and these people seem to just throw at the fucking wall and hope nothing comes of it because literally nothing ever happens. Like, we just got the Avatar The Last Airbender nonsense, which wasn't a horrible show, but let's be honest, even if it gets renewed for another season, we're not going to get that season for at least another 2 years. Because as far as I'm aware, they haven't even started production on a second season. Like, that, to me, is just insane. I'm like, you keep creating these shows and then getting upset when nobody wants to watch them. Like, I don't understand. This movie was okay, but why not just change the names, change the name of the movie? You had good actors and actresses. Like, so why not just make an original movie about Mean Girls that isn't from the Mean Girls franchise? Stop milking the name and just give us some new characters. Like, this movie was basically a word-for-word reincantation of the original movie, and I don't like that. I found it incredibly... I don't want to say dull, but I just found it incredibly stale. Like, to me, I would rather see a movie that has depth, that has character growth. And while this movie has that, everything was predictable to me because I had seen the original Mean Girls. And to me, that just screams a lack of originality and a lack of real creativity, which is kind of sad when you really think about it, that people think that the only movies and TV shows that can really thrive are the ones that come from our past. Like, and honestly, I don't really have much to say about this movie other than the fact that I found it fun. I think if you have Paramount Plus, you should watch it. It's a good watch, and the actors are pretty decent, so I would say watch it if you want to watch it. If you don't, like, I'm not gonna hold it against you. I think the important thing is just to never judge it, judge it before you see it. Because to be quite honest, I liked the actors, I liked the actresses, I liked their voices. They could all sing. Like, it was just the cringe TikTokers that were sending me. I was like, what the hell is going on in this movie? I have no idea. But I was just like, you know what? It was a movie. It was okay. I didn't mind it. So, would I watch this movie again? Probably. I mean, honestly, like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. I didn't go and see it in theaters because I'm a full-time college student, and if it's not a really good movie, I'm not going to go see it. Like, if I don't even think it's going to be a good movie, I'm not wasting my time on it. I have very little time between my job and college, and you think, what? I'm going to go see a Mean Girls movie in theaters? I'm recording this video at 1 a.m. in the morning, for Christ's sake, because this is when I have time. Should I be prepping for my finals? Yes. Am I making this YouTube video instead? Also, yes. Is that okay? I don't know. Like, I have no freaking clue. But this is something that I just really want to do. Like, honestly, to me, something that really got me is just the fact that this could have been such a good movie, and yet it turned into something that I was just like, I don't want to say I'm resentful of it. I'm just not, like, intrigued by it because there's no originality. I found myself being able to predict everything, like I said, and to me that kind of just destroys the viewing experience. Like, even when you go and see, like, our old movies from our childhood, they still have an air of surprise because as we watch it with our adult eyes, we can really dissect what a lot of these things meant. But with this movie, it was literally Mean Girls line for line. And Mean Girls was my comfort movie during the Great Panini. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's a movie. And I support the actors because, honestly, they, I looked what people were saying about this movie on the internet, like, right after I finished watching it because I really wanted to know. And I was like, people are being very harsh about this movie. A lot of people are saying, like, I remember seeing an Alex Myers video, he's just like, it's utterly bizarre. And honestly, I don't disagree with that, but I think if you're a theater kid like I was, and if you really love like musical theater in specific, especially musicals in like TV, honestly, I would suggest you watch this movie because this movie was actually really fun. The singing, the vocals, like the lyrics, none of it was too egregious, and I honestly found myself having fun and wanting to sing along to the songs because they were just a lot of fun. And I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy this because to me personally, I found a lot of the songs to be very positive, warm, and lighthearted tones, which I feel like is what the movie was supposed to be about to begin with. And one of the last things I'm going to touch on in this video is the fact that in the last parts of this movie, they literally said that we have a message for this movie. And the message is, what is going on with my camera? Why is it doing that? Excuse you. Hello? I don't know. My camera just like went dark for some reason. Whatever. I'm just gonna, like, for me, like, the fact that this movie had a message, actually, I found that to be, it's probably saving grace at this point, because for me, I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I like movies and TV shows that have, like, out and clear messages, so to me, I didn't actually mind it. I found myself having a lot of fun during this movie, and the message was, basically, don't bully other people and don't be a mean girl. Just be you, accept you, and try and spread positivity in the world. I paraphrased the last line, you can sue me, kiss my ass, love you. But, yeah, that is going to be all for this video. Like I said, if you want to watch this movie, I would say do it. Like I said, if you like musical theater, you might actually love this movie. Because for me personally, I love musical theater, and I just found myself bopping to the entire thing. So I was like, you know what? You know what? It's not bad. And I think that's what matters. Because as long as it's not trash, I'm okay with it. Like, I am okay with an okay movie. But yeah, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you've made it all the way to the end. And I just want to thank you so much for watching my video in its entirety. I don't think I'm a very entertaining person, so if you did watch this video in its entirety, I'm sincerely grateful, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Bye!